Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this second edition of the Startup Challenge at CART TRUSTECH Secure Connections. I'm Caroline Pandreau, I'm from FABERNOVEL, and we partner with Salon TRUSTECH CART for this Startup Challenge since last year. So today it is this second edition. This program has been made to discover what is been done from the startups field in terms of trust, innovation, and security solutions. We wanted to put the light on startups that are here today with us. And for the second edition, we've chosen to do a focus on payment solution, how startups try to innovate and create disruptive solutions in that field. We know that there are very disruptive technologies, but what is very interesting this year is that the startups, that we got more than 20 applications from all around the world. These startups have a focus on the customer experience as well, not only the technology. How this touch point, which is payment, is critical in a customer relationship. We know that it's really important touch points. It can be a deal breaker during customer journey. And they provide solutions with new payment solutions with Bitcoins, but also solutions to help payment solution when you have a low connectivity. So this is all those trailblazers in this industry that we are trying to discover today with this program. I wanted to introduce you to 3 members of our jury today, and I wanted to thank you to participate to this event. So first, Olivier Sillois is from S-Money, from the group BPCE. S-Money is a disruptive, mobile-first payment solution. We also have Antoine Demurgier from Edenred, which is the leader in prepaid corporate solutions. And Rémi Gitzinger, I spell it right, from Galit, and Galit is our sponsor today for this Startup Challenge. The rules of these competitions, very clear, very simple. Each startup has 8 minutes to pitch, and then the jury will have 5 minutes to ask all of the questions. The jury will have a focus on how do they assess the innovation of this solution. Do they believe in the ability for the startup to scale internationally in the next few years, and also about the quality of the pitch, which is really important today. So no pressure, but for the first one, I will call Dimitri on stage, and I will ask you to stand up here with this microphone, and you can pass your slides with it, and you have to aim on that side. So go ahead, good luck.
I'll wait for the slides, maybe. Okay, so hi everyone. I'm Dimitri, co-founder of Tiller Systems. Tiller is a smart cash register for brick-and-mortar merchants. We arrived in the market and we saw that a normal merchant, it can be a store, a restaurant owner, a merchant, spends over 10 hours in tasks that can be automated every single day. So this is checking his receipts, checking his card credits, checking his inventory, or managing his business. We saw that the solutions that he had today, so basically the cash register, looked like that. That, yes, we're still in the 90s. And it's outdated technology, non-intuitive features. It can be days of training to be able to start using these. The hardware and software are indissociable and expensive. And most importantly, it doesn't take into account all the data that transits through the cash register every single day. Sorry. So our breakthrough was to make life easier for brick-and-mortar merchants. And we have developed not only a cash register, but a whole ecosystem of services that help merchants thrive and grow. Our solution is a complete solution. On the one hand, we have an intuitive ordering solution, an intuitive cash register on iPad, iPod, and iPhone. Through this solution, the merchant can take payments, can take orders, can send them to the kitchen if it's a restaurant, and he can manage the operations inside his establishment on a day-to-day basis. The second part, an important part, is real-time business intelligence. All the data that transits through the cash register on a day-to-day basis is of vital importance for merchants. They know what products they sell, who buys them, at what time, and how it works. We have taken and gathered all this data and brought it inside a simple, user-friendly interface where the merchant can get all his information, real-time recommendations, and manage his sites, may it be one store or a franchise. The third interesting part here today also is that we are integrated within a whole ecosystem of services that's around there. We are, if you want a simple quote, the Salesforce for merchants. So within the cash register and management tools, we bring payment providers, we bring reservations, we bring loyalty programs, we bring everything a merchant needs to manage strategically and in operations his establishment on the day-to-day basis. So to finish, we are a global solution for merchants, for brick-and-mortar merchants. We are present in over 8 countries and have had over 1,000 point-of-sale systems installed. We have been awarded several distinctions, and we are looking to work with all of you guys here today. So if you are interested in being integrated and working with us, just come see us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Or you can stay here. I think you will have questions. No, you come back here. Thank you. So do you have questions for Dimitri?
Hi, Dimitri. Thank you very much. A very nice presentation, very nice pitch. I have a question about the distribution model of your solution, which is obviously a great value added for merchants. But we all know it's quite hard to reach to independent merchants. So how are you organized to distribute?
Okay, thank you. So we have a double distribution. One is inbound and one is outbound. So we're a SaaS solution, software as a service. So we have a sales team that goes to the merchant, especially independent merchants, and goes to sell our solution. So that's one of the parts. The second part is we do inbound marketing, meaning we go to press, we go to events like this. We use partners to bring us merchants, potential customers. And all the partners I showed on the presentation, they are also our biggest, let's say, streamline of customers that comes to us through these partners. So, yeah.
Do you have competitors in these markets?
Yeah, of course. We have several competitors. So there are competitors that are on the cash register segment that focus only or solely on the cash register, meaning they provide a really nice solution, really innovative, really intuitive, but focus less on the data behind. We are different because we believe that the cash register itself doesn't have a real added value. It's nice, it goes fast, it's easy, but the real added value comes from all the data we can gather behind and provide to the merchants, to the restaurant owners, to the store owners, through concrete recommendations. So we are able to say, okay, this is what happened the last 6 months, this is what's gonna happen this week. So basically, if you want a little idea, we do what big chains, big groups already do internally with analysts, with business intelligence analysts, and we give these tools to small merchants.
Okay, and what kind of means of payment are you supporting so far?
Well, right now, we integrate partners. We don't take payments directly. So we can integrate to some of the payment providers, which I saw on the presentation. Terminal payments, like iZettle, for example. We're working, I know, with some of you guys. We're integrating also mobile payments, so take Fiverr, Lydia, all these solutions that help merchants. But our idea is not to be exclusive, is to have a whole, like I said, a Salesforce. So we're the cash register, and we have all the payments around it. So the more we have, the more value we can bring to our customers.
And maybe a question on your revenue model. How do you bill your services?
Okay, so we're a SaaS model. So our customers pay monthly, annually, or on a 3-5-year annual basis. So they just buy the hardware at some point, or if they already have it, and then they pay a subscription, like your mobile phone or like any other service.
What's the size of your team? How many people do you develop these solutions in your team?
So we started a couple of years ago, 2 years ago. We're 20 people in the team, full-time, based in Paris, and we have one person in Spain right now. So yeah, 20 people, of which 7, 8 are technical.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thanks.
So I will now, come on, call on stage David from Handshake, if the mic is still working.
Hello, everybody. It's okay. That might help. Hello, everybody. It's David from Handshake. I'm the co-founder. Handshake, the problem. Over $32 billion is currently being spent on by fighting cybercrime and fraud within the payment system to retailers. Card not present transactions or fraud are currently increasing and are at the highest level since 2004. We also have PCI DSS, which is exceedingly expensive to businesses. We also have the fact that even with improved technology such as EMV, tokenization, 3D security, and as well as improvements in encryption, customers still don't feel safe entering their details online or providing their credit card information to people that don't know. We also have large distribution channel merchants, businesses that are having difficulties looking for safe and easy ways in which to organise for their workforce to be able to take payments from their customers. Small businesses are looking for cost-effective means of being able to take payment at the point of delivering their service and not having to wait inordinate amounts of times to collect their payment. And lastly, we have many businesses that have issues with connectivity, cannot actually take their payments, and therefore are looking for solutions where they can actually meet or take those payments globally. So what is the solution? The solution is Handshake. Handshake was created to bring to market an application developed to enable customers of our clients to process credit card transactions via a low-cost, low-risk environment. Handshake is becoming worldwide patented technology that provides one of the safest ways, we believe, of processing credit card transactions. What is really setting Handshake apart? It's its ability of collecting payments on mobile phones without having to use data or having to use extra devices. Because of its flexibility, you can collect payments in remote areas on mobile devices with poor connectivity. And one of the great abilities is that you can even allow as many mobile phones to become collection points for your business at a very low cost. Handshake is innovative. In terms of its security, the brilliance is in its simplicity. Merchants only have to receive the first 6 digits of the credit card and the mobile number from the customer. The customer has then the choice to complete the payment from their nominated device. What is unique about Handshake is the fact that you are never giving or storing full credit card details anywhere. It also provides choice, where you can both initiate and complete the payment using SMS, the internet, or the app. If customers choose to use the app, they can store the remainder of their details and simply choose the card they want to nominate and use the CVV number as the passcode. And as I mentioned earlier, it provides flexibility. You can add any number of mobile phones to be devices, collection points for your business. You do not need Bluetooth, you do not need the internet, you do not need extra devices, and yet you can take payments anywhere, anytime. Video, please.
What is Handshake? Well, Handshake is worldwide patented technology that provides the safest way of processing credit card transactions. What really sets Handshake apart is the ability of collecting a credit card payment on a mobile phone without having to use data, as you have the choice of using the internet or SMS. Because of its flexibility, you can collect payments in remote areas or on mobile devices with only basic connectivity or limited operations. You can even allow as many mobile phones as you like to become gateways to collecting payments for your business at the fraction of the cost of other services. How? Well, here's how it works. The customer provides the first 6 digits of their card and their mobile number. Once the transaction is initiated via the Handshake Web API, the request is sent to the customer's mobile phone. The customer receives the details of the request for payment. The customer has the choice of using SMS, the internet, or the Handshake app to respond. All the customer has to do is enter the remainder of their credit card number, expire date, CVV, and name on card, or, if they have downloaded the app, just choose the card they are using and enter their CVV number as the passcode. Customers feel safer as they are no longer giving all their credit card information to someone they hardly know. Simple, fast, and secure, isn't it? Interested? Visit www.handshake.com.au today and try out the free demos.
So we encourage you to go to our website and actually try the different demonstrations where you can actually test to see how brilliant the system is. So in terms of our target market, it's organisations which have large distribution channels. It's countries where cybercrime or credit card fraud is prevalent, online retailers where customers don't feel safe entering their credit card details, organisations where customers are reluctant to provide their full details to someone they hardly know, such as tradespeople, financial services where fee for service is becoming the norm, and businesses that have difficulties for their their collectors to collect payments where connectivity is an issue. Our competition. If we were to take 1% of our competition which currently require internet, extra devices, or you need to be a member of their system, then Handshake would generate over $9 million annually. Internationally, again, they're estimated there's going to be over 2 trillion worth of transactions, e-commerce sales by 2016. If Handshake were to charge, for example, if every transaction was $150 and we were to receive 30 cents per transaction, then it's estimated that with the number of transactions or sales that are going to occur by 2016, that Handshake revenue would generate over $41 million per annum. Our strategy is to run successful registration beta testing, which we're currently doing, to then partner with organisations, service-based organisations and local charities, to complete licensing agreements with major banks, utility and other service providers where fraud is an issue, and the outcome is to have a global business, then an exit. Our team members, we have a very diverse range of skills within our team. Richard Smythe, our CTO, has had over 30 years' experience within the technology arena and has won the Ericsson Mobile Developer Award. Nick Johnson has been both a CEO and managing of business both nationally and internationally, and I myself has built a business from the ground up and have been in financial services for over 20 years. So we have the skills to take this business to a global level. The journey so far. So the workings, once we invented the technology, we had placed in the patent applications. We've got PCI DSS certification, merchant facilities. We're then awarded. Beta testing's now been complete, and we're in discussions to arrange a pilot program with one of the largest UK dental distributors or organisations. We have lots of leads and global opportunities. We are completely self-funded so far, but we are looking for smart money. Who are we? We're a boutique application development startup. Web and mobile applications, prototype development, we make great stuff. Our vision is to be a global player. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, David. Do you have questions?
I understand you will start in the UK. Is that right?
We're already currently doing some beta testing in Australia from where we originate from. And we attended recently Web Summit and obviously this is where we're generating a lot of interest is by attending such great shows like CART and Web Summit. And we're now just assessing all the opportunities, and we've actually then just had now recently discussions with one of the largest organisations that deal with UK dental practices who are interested in looking at doing a pilot program with us.
Are there other countries you
Yeah,
want to
we've-
target
Yeah, well,
rapidly?
look, for us, it's really about partnering with those that are interested in basically dealing with us. So we've got people that are interested from Portugal, from Ireland itself. We've got quite a bit of interest even within Australia as well. So for us as a pre-launch business, we're really just now just looking at the opportunities that we've got, assessing which ones we feel would provide the best outcome for us initially in terms of the low-hanging fruit, and then progress from there. But obviously, if being self-funded, if we've actually partnered with someone that's willing to provide smart money, then we can take advantage of a lot more of those opportunities a lot sooner.
Hi, I have a question on the customer journey and also on the technology. So if I understood correctly, basically you are capturing all 6 digits of the PAN plus CVV, validity date, and so on, but in 2 parts. One part on the mobile phone from the supplier, and one part on the mobile phone on the client. Is that correct?
Yeah, let me just reiterate. So the merchant only needs to collect 6 digits from the credit card, whether that be the initial or the end, and then they can nominate from the client. The client then gives them their mobile number, so it's going back to a nominated device, and that's where the brilliance is in its simplicity with the patterns that are going into place, where we are separating the information, and then it's being put together through a secure socket layer at the bank level, and so the information is never stored anywhere together. It's never received together, so the merchant actually meets its PCI DSS obligations because they're only receiving the first 6 digits. And obviously with today's technology, we can simplify that initial step using whether that be QR codes, facial recognition, fingerprint, even near-field technology can all be used and implemented within our system if need be to actually simplify that process with our application that we've developed. But just to reiterate, the customer does not need to be a member. The merchant can initiate using SMS or the internet, and the customer can complete that transaction again using SMS, the internet, or the application.
Okay, additional question
Yes.
about the performance of this user experience. So you process the transaction in how many seconds, how many minutes?
Well, we were at Web Summit, and Web Summit had over 44,000 people attend. Now, their Wi-Fi collapsed by the afternoon. We were invited to exhibit there, and we were able to complete over 100 demonstrations of our technology by completing payments without the use of any internet or connectivity whatsoever, just by falling back to SMS. So to give you an indication in terms of the time, to answer your question, because our technology is currently based in Australia, it was taking anywhere from 4 to 15 seconds to complete the transaction. Now, obviously, if we're forming relationships and partnerships on a global level, we'll obviously have our infrastructure located, whether it be in Europe, US, Africa, etc., Asia, and so on.
I'm sorry, we have to move to the other startups. Thank you.
Thank you,
very
everybody,
much,
for your time.
David. So it's turn for Eric from Ledger. So the stage is yours, Eric.
Hello everyone, my name is Eric. I'm the CEO of Ledger, a hardware company. And today I'm going to talk about a new generation of hardware devices, new devices of trust. Ledger is a French company with offices in Paris and San Francisco. We are a team of 16 with mainly engineers and hardware engineers coming from the payment and security industry. We are VC funded. We have raised a seed round of 2.5 million euros in early 2015. And we have successfully launched a few products like the Ledger Nano, which is a Bitcoin hardware wallet, which has been sold for a few thousand units in more than 85 countries. In the last years, we have seen the emergence of a new trend, getting more and more traction, decentralization. The idea of decentralization is to evolve from a centralized server, obviously, which is a single point of failure, to a distributed system, mitigating the risk and giving the end user much more power, but also much more responsibilities. We can think, for instance, about digital identity, like in second factor authentication, passwordless login. The FIDO Alliance, which is backed by very strong names from the IT industry, such as Google, Samsung, or Microsoft, is pushing for global standards to replace emails and password by cryptographic signature in order to access an online services. The idea is to remove the possibility of a central breach and give the user the ownership of its own identity. Perhaps the most known decentralized system is Bitcoin, a decentralized currency where all users can make secure transactions without the need of central third parties, such as banks or financial institutions. And again, in this system, the user is in charge of its own digital assets, protecting its assets in the form of cryptographic private keys. Also, there is everything related to the privacy of communication and digital signatures, such as document signature, encryption signature, which also relies heavily on cryptography. In all decentralized systems, the model of security is completely changed. You come from a central server to the distribution of the information to the end user. Usually, it's always in the form of cryptographic secrets, like private keys, that the end user must protect to avoid compromission or loss. So it raises the question, how can we protect these secrets at the level of the end user? Obviously, the smart card is a golden standard in the payment industry, but it is not adapted to the need of the internet. If you take your payment card and you put it on a payment terminal on an ATM, if you are prompted to pay 100 euro, you can know for sure you will not be billed 10,000 euro because you are dealing with trusted hardware. In the while, using your smartphone on your computer, this is not the case. You cannot trust what you see on your display. For instance, if you want to make a Bitcoin transaction to Bob, maybe your private keys are secure in the smart cards, and so they cannot be compromised, but maybe you will sign a transaction giving all your assets to Alice. So if you cannot check what you are really signing, safeguarding the private keys in a smart card is not good enough. This is why we need a new generation of hardware devices that we call devices of trust. They are built around secure elements, of course, but they also need to have a trusted display. So the user, the end user, can check what exactly the device is going to sign. And of course, as we are dealing with digital identities or we are dealing with complex digital transactions such as Bitcoin or blockchain-related assets, we need a lot of real estate on the display. We cannot just use a few segments. And the fact to use a user verification is the best mitigation against man-in-the-middle attack or malware. Today, at Ledger, we are proud to unveil the Ledger Blue, which is one of the first devices that we can call device of trust. It is architectured around ST31 secure element, so it has inside the smart card a secure element, but also a secure trusted display, directly hardware connected to the trusted architecture, which can show exactly what the secure element is going to sign. It has all the necessary communication, such as Bluetooth, NFC, USB, and thanks to an abstraction layer that we have built on the software level, it is completely developer-friendly. This means that any startups can develop its own apps on top of the secure element without the need of an NDA, which is usually always the case when you are dealing with secure elements, and which makes it very difficult for startups to deal with this kind of technology. We are going to distribute in the coming weeks 100 units for developers so they can start building apps. And the public launch of the Ledger Blue will be in the second quarter of 2016. we target the price of 179 euro, and it will have native applications such as Bitcoin or blockchain hardware wallets to be able to make transactions in a secure way. It will also have all the FIDO authentication to be able to have second factor authentication on Google or to make passwordless login, and of course everything you need for cryptography, document signature, etc. We are targeting a new but very big market with a lot of potential, which is quite untapped. If you look only at the market for second factor authentication and banking-related blockchain applications, then the estimations are close to 40 billion in the next years. We are both B2C and B2B. We are B2C because we are talking about decentralization, so we are targeting the end users. And to distribute our products, we have more than 30 retailers worldwide, and we also have 4 warehouses to very quickly ship our products to the customers. We're also B2B because we can work with startups and third-party applications for enterprise deployments. Our objective is to sell 10,000 units of the Ledger Blue in the first 12 months of commercialization. Thank you, and I'm happy to answer all your questions.
Thank you very much. Questions, maybe? And maybe you can pass the devices of trust around the members of the jury.
Maybe one question about the end users that you are targeting, because obviously everything around cryptography and private keys is not so easy to understand for, let's say, normal people. So what kind of end user do you expect?
As of today, the first market, our biggest market, are Bitcoin users or any cryptocurrency users. For them, it is quite easy to use. The UX and the usage of this device is quite simple. The idea is just to secure funds. And if you are a Bitcoin user, for sure you are going to use this kind of device because we are talking about money. Also, for authentication, it is quite simple to use this device just to have a stronger authentication. You just click, you say, yes, do you really want to authenticate on Google with this ID? Yes. It is very simple to use. Of course, all these markets are quite new. That's why it is very difficult to make estimations of what it is right now, but we believe in the years to come, it will be a very, very big part of the daily use of the users.
How do you judge the sales you will do directly to the end customer and the sales you will do with your retail distributors, digital partners?
Yes, we have an online shop where we make a lot of our sales. And we also have distributors and physical distributors like in shop, which are used to sell like gadgets or stuff which are a little bit new. And we have 30 of them worldwide in many countries because our products are global. For instance, for Bitcoin users, you do not have anything related to regulation. So our products can be bought either in Russia, in South America, and Australia. So we sell in 85 countries. And we are building more and more this network of retailers. And after, regarding B2B deployment, our office in San Francisco, in the Silicon Valley, where is dealing with a lot of project of integration, because we think that also enterprise deployment is a very strong factor for sales.
So this kit, the price is, if I'm right, 180 euros?
Yeah, 179 euro or $200, more or less. Yes, this is the target price.
Okay, don't you think it's a little bit prohibitive price for this new market?
Yeah, that's why we target like Bitcoin users, and a lot of these users need to protect huge assets. And also for blockchain industries, if you have like digital stock issued on the blockchain, you really need to have personal privacy device for signature. That's why we are targeting quite a small market, 10,000 units, it's quite small, but the people who are targeting really know the values for that. For after a bigger adoption, because we are built on smart cards, the idea is to have 50, 70 euros and even less, and also the integration directly of our technology in what we call trusted execution environments, which is the virtualization of a smart card directly in some phones. So we are also working on the virtualized version of that.
Thank you very much, Eric. So we're gonna now listen to the last speech for this session, and Miguel is coming on stage for EasyCap.
Good morning, everybody. I'm the CEO of EasyCap. It's a pleasure to be here to pitch EasyCap to all of you. So we are about protecting card acquirers from disruption and from commoditization, and at the same time benefiting the card holders and the merchants. Okay, so it's a reinforcement of the whole ecosystem. It is well known, nobody has doubts today, that loyalty works. We have seen it in our own merchant base, and it's patent everywhere. And we have seen 30 to 70% increase in business for people that have enrolled in loyalty programs. We have seen up to 15% increase in sales for the merchants that have successful loyalty programs. And we have seen up to 20 times return on investment on the investments on loyalty programs. So we know that loyalty works. That's why most of the large retailers have very developed programs like MCX, a group of retailers in the US, like Nectar, it's another program in the UK, Boots, Tesco, very well-known brands. Even in France, Sephora, Hippopotamus, Accor, there's lots of big retailers with large loyalty programs. But when it comes to the small retailers, the picture is completely different. As low as only 8% of the small and medium retailers will have loyalty programs. And that's a big disadvantage, and we want to level that playing field and give them the same tools that the large retailers have. Why is there such a low penetration of loyalty programs for the small and medium retailers? Well, on one side, these programs can be quite expensive. For a small or medium retailer to invest 25,000, 100,000 euros per year in a program, it's quite a lot. Many times they don't have a lot of marketing resources, they don't have data skills, big data skills, and even digital skills that are now needed. Okay, that's why they don't have these programs. On the other hand, when you look at the card holders, they are saturated with cards, loyalty cards. They don't know what to do with them, they lose them. And even when you have apps, today, our mobile phones start to be completely crowded with apps, lots of apps. So that's not a nice experience for the card holder. And finally, the acquirers, they are being attacked by newcomers like Square, like hardware providers like Point that want to take control of the customer. And in terms of their margins, they are going down. We have an example here from Brazil. But in Europe, we have also the mandatory interchange fees reductions that have been going on. So acquirers, they need also new revenue streams. I'm going now to show you a small video that explains how our system works.
Internet stores and large retailers undercut small businesses and use massive operations to acquire customers, making it hard for local shops to stay in business. EasyCap provides a robust card-linked loyalty marketing platform that helps merchants attract new customers and do more business with the ones they have. There's no loyalty card or barcodes to manage. The EasyCap platform is set up through the bank and works automatically with the customer's payment card. And there's nothing to install. Everything works with the merchant's own payment terminal. Incentives include cashback, rewards, offers, and coupons. Merchants control everything, including days and times they can be redeemed. EasyCap's proven dashboard analytics utilizes historical sales figures and real-time industry data, so merchants can benchmark against their competition and plan promotions that will keep customers coming back. EasyCap merchant specialists help each business get their loyalty program up and running. The platform is easy to deploy and can be branded and customized as an extension of the merchant account. Offer merchants powerful marketing and analytical tools to help grow their business today with EasyCap.
All right, so if we take a look at what we do, why we are different, and summarizing the video, okay? So first thing, for the merchants, we provide customized advice, and so we overcome the limitation of their marketing resources. It's like we were their marketing department, setting up their loyalty program. For cardholders, We allow them to use their payment card as the loyalty card. They don't need other cards, they don't need other apps, they just pay as they normally do, and they are benefiting from the loyalty programs. And finally, for the merchants, for the acquirers, we provide a very seamless integration, very quick integration, can be as low as 2 months from contract signature to commercial operation, and we provide it on a white label basis. I'm going to show you now a few slides, snapshots from our merchant portal, where the merchants, they can access all the transactions they have on their stores. So for example, they can see here how much they have sold this week. This is an actual shot from a live customer. They know what was the average transaction, how many new customers went by the shop this week, how many recurring customers went by the shop, and what is going on with their loyalty program. They can also look, for example, at the pattern of transactions during the day, during the days of the week, to understand how should they manage their staff, how their business is doing. They can then look at the recurrence of their customers, and this will be key to set up their loyalty program. So this is the data we use to help them define what should be their loyalty program, and this is just one example of the snapshot. And so how did we get here? So we were founded in 2013, not so long ago. We spent about 1.5 years developing the platform, getting PCI DSS certified. We have raised about $1 million until now. And we have started our first commercial operation with the Twing brand in partnership with Crédit Agricole in France, in the south of France, at the beginning of this year. We have started a second commercial operation with Marcadis in the UK. They have launched a brand called MyPromo, that is, in fact, our product that is running behind that brand. And we are in conversations with a lot of acquirers, and we have some other partnerships, including with Ingenico, that is here present in the show. The team is a team of several expertises. Myself, I come from the management consulting industry and telecommunications industry. Our founder and president comes from the telecommunications industry. Our CTO, he has been in several startups and is very knowledgeable about startup environments. Jérôme is our data guru. He comes from publicity agencies, and we have also people from the financial services industry. So we have a well-rounded team that can face all the challenges that are ahead of us. When we think about the market that we want to conquer, if we take a look at the 150 larger acquirers worldwide, we're talking about a big business. And in what concerns us, we are talking about around 20 million active merchant outlets. So these will be our clients, and the acquirers will be our partners to go to market. In terms of countries, we are already present in France and the UK, are the two green lines, bars that you see there, but you see there's a lot of other countries where we have huge opportunities, like the US, for example. We've been in Money 2020 just a few weeks ago, and we have seen there's a lot of opportunity in the US market for us. So what does the future holds for us? Well, we see new models emerging. We see app platforms emerging all over the place. Several of them are here at the show. And if you want to go by our stand, the Ingenico stand, you'll be able to see a demo of our application running over the new Ingenico Tetra platform. So you are all invited, and thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Could you give us a few details on your business model?
Yes. So we work in partnership with acquirers. So the funding comes from the merchants. So they pay a monthly fee to have their loyalty program and to have access to the portal where they can see their transaction and all the analytics of their business. And we share those revenues with the acquirers that are our partners on the go-to-market, in fact, to sell the service.
I have a question. So I understand that most of analytics are based on transaction data, which you will get from the acquirers. Yes. But let's say you have a partnership maybe with Crédit Agricole. If the client of the merchant is with BNP, you won't get those data. So we'll give a partial view To the merchant, or?
No, not really. So we are from the acquiring side. That means we see all the transactions that happen in the store, no matter what the card the person uses, as long as it goes through that acquirer, right? It's not an issuer model, it's an acquiring model, and that's one of the differences that we have when you compare with most of the competitors that work more on the issuer side. So we see all the transactions that go on that shop. And we are able to put that in the analytics and use them for the loyalty program.
Yeah, today you are only based on the card transactions. Do you expect to go further with other means of payment?
I mean, today we take everything that goes through the acquirer network. So even if it's a Apple Pay or Google Pay transaction, there's still a card behind it, and we are able to process it, right? Today we have a solution to handle cash payments as well, but it's not so practical, it's not so nice for the customer experience. And when we are partnering with acquirers, there's an interest in moving payments to card payments. And even for the merchants, there's an advantage because they have less loss of revenue when that happens.
Does it take time to negotiate with acquirers on that kind of business?
Well, sure it does. Sometimes more, sometimes less. We're talking with big banks, and so we know the decision cycles are quite long. But what's really very important for us is that once we get to an agreement, to get from contract signature to commercial operation, and we have just done that in the UK, it took 2 months. With all the integration, all that is needed, we have a very lean model, and we are able to do it relatively quickly.
Are you live?
We're live in 2 operations. So we're live in the south of France in a partnership with Crédit Agricole, with the Twing brand that I showed you. And we are live since October in the UK with Marcadis, with the My Promo brand.
And how many merchants that it represents?
I cannot
Exactly.
disclose that information to you because of confidentiality agreements with our acquirers. I'm sorry. But it is growing fast, I can tell you that.
Last question.
Yeah, and in terms of interface with the merchant, you told us there is an interface on the web, but also possible on the latest version of POS, like Ingenico Tetra and these kind of things?
Yes, the current version we have working, it's a web interface. They have a portal where they can not only see their transactions, see the patterns of their customer behavior, set up their loyalty promotions and loyalty programs, and do marketing campaigns. Okay? They can do all that on the portal. When we are in the app environment, we still will use the portal because there's a lot of things that it's more practical to do in the portal, but they can interact also on the terminal. For example, just to see how many transactions they had or what was the volume on that day, they don't need to go to the portal, but to set up the promotions in the loyalty program, then they go to the portal and they have a richer experience. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. So I want to thank you, the 4 of you, for your pitch. What will happen now is that the jury will deliberate, so during 10-15 minutes. While you wait, you have the opportunity to network with these entrepreneurs, but also have a drink at the back of this room. Just to remind you what is at stake, so we have 4 competitors running for the prize, which is 5,000 euros for the winner, but also consulting hours from Galit and the opportunity to exhibit here at CART next year. And for your information, the winner from last year, which is True Rating, is exposing this year, and it's in hall 4, stand 94. If you're interested, it's True Rating, the winner of last year. So 15 minutes for deliberation, and we come back with the name of the winner. Thank you. So we come back after the deliberation of the jury. We wanted to thank you all again for this speech. It was really interesting, inspiring, good insight on what's happening on the market and different solutions to pain points in the customer experience or pain points on the side of the merchants. It was a real discussion with arguments and not arguments, but good points and many good points on different sides. So I will let the jury explain what is his verdict.
Okay, thank you very much. So first, and the jury wants to congratulate all of you for coming here today with those many innovations. I think we really appreciated the diagnostic you made about a real problem faced by either merchants or individuals and the solution you bring onto the market. As was just said, we had long discussions, 15 minutes were needed. And in the end, we had to make a choice. And the winner is EasyCap. So congratulations. And maybe if I can just say a few words. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
I'll say just a few words to explain this choice. First, the jury saw that EasyCap is solving a real problem for small merchants, which is getting access to data and loyalty programs. In terms of technology, we appreciated that it's based on data analytics, and also we liked the dual screen approach between the web interface and the POS interface. We thought it was quite nice. Obviously a huge market, and we especially appreciated the scalability of the system in terms of distribution. The fact that you are able to make those contracts with big acquirers should be of great help to reach to those small merchants, and also a multi-country strategy. So we believe that you have a very good chance to succeed. And obviously the team was very experienced, and we had a very good pitch. So congratulations again for EasyCap.
And congratulations again to other contestants. We have time now to network a bit and discuss. We have time to discuss with the members of the jury. And for us, we'll meet next year for the third edition of this Startup Challenge. Have a great day.